So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in here to SummitCitySports.com. We are at the Parkview Sport One Ice House for Game 2 of the season opener for the 2019-20 high school hockey campaign as we get set to show you the Leo Lions and the newly formed Fort Wayne Vipers. So as I mentioned earlier in the game between the Homestead Spartans and the Carroll Chargers, big changes coming this year as Summit City Panthers, Fort Wayne Bruins, and Bishop Dwenger Saints have all lost their teams, and they have been merged into one to form the new league team, Fort Wayne Vipers. Taking it down low real quick to Joe Hacker, who's at the bench for the Vipers.
Scott, a member of the Fort Wayne Vipers. Hayden, 3 different teams merging into one. How do you merge together all those different locker room cultures?
It was more of the camaraderie and all the brotherhood that we already had from previous years. Playing against each other, I mean, it wasn't that hard to come together as one. We really love all of each other. We love the play style. We love being around each other. It's already a brotherhood as we started.
That's what you love to see. You guys already played a couple games this year. What did you learn about your team through those?
What we learned a lot is our main capabilities here are speed. Our speed is a big factor on our team. We outskate plenty of opponents. We are very fast. That's what's really hard to beat about us.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how sick are your jerseys?
Oh, for sure a 10.
That's what you love to see. All right, thanks, Hayden. Good luck tonight, Chief.
That was former Summit City Panther players Joe Hacker, who will be joining me in the booth here in a little bit, and Hayden Scott. As I mentioned before, the big change coming this year, 3 teams merging into one. Summit City, Fort Wayne Bruins, and Bishop Dwenger Saints all coming together to form the new Fort Wayne Vipers. And for Dwenger, they're coming off a 1A state title this year, so that will hopefully be able to lead this new team into a championship kind of experience there. So hopefully they can kind of lead the way there, those that were involved with the Dwenger's state title last year. To get a recap of what happened earlier in the night, Homestead and Carroll got things kicked off as the Homestead Spartans went on to defeat the Carroll Chargers by a score of 9-6, led by the superb scoring abilities of number 12, that is Cody Hurley. Palmer for the Carroll Chargers got his own hat trick as well. So he's leading the way for the Carroll Chargers. And as I said, Cody Hurley leading the way for the Homestead Spartans as he had 4 goals on the night. I'm pretty sure he had about 6 or 7 points in total off all 9 goals. So I'm pretty sure he only missed like 1 or 2 on that play. So, as I said, might possibly be seeing a power shift here as teams are now more organized. The talent is evenly spread out here among the 4 teams. So we will see where it goes. Homestead leading the way right now with their first win of the season. When we come back, it'll be the first period here on SummitCitySports.com.
Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express Walk-In Clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
For every victory, for every highlight, for every team in the Summit Athletic Conference, we've got you covered. Like, follow, and subscribe for all the latest.
And so we are back here at the Sport One Parkview Ice House on Indiana Tech's ice here on Rink 1 for Game 2 of the season opener of the 2019-20 campaign between the Leo Lions and the Fort Wayne Vipers. And I do apologize right now because as I was talking in the pregame, it's kind of going to be kind of a little bit of a habit when I say Fort Wayne to immediately follow it up with Bruins. So it's going to be a little bit of a transition, so bear with me on this one. I do apologize in advance if that does happen, just spur of the moment. But Fort Wayne Vipers, brand new team. Joe Hacker joining me in the booth now, former Summit City Panther. As you are part of a team that was folded, and as you talked with Hayden Scott, how do you think this new team will come together, leaving behind everything in the past that they've dealt with each other?
Well, Hayden seemed very confident in the fact that they've already put all their differences aside, and they've already built their own bond. So we'll see how it goes. If they're stepping up for each other, I certainly think that'll show. But I think that's a thing that is still going to just continuously be a work in progress, It's certainly going to be interesting to see. Not a ton of these players had direct player-to-player feuds, so I think that's definitely a help. But it's still very early. They've only been practicing and playing together for 2 months, so we're just going to have to wait and see.
And as you said, the big difference is the combination of 3 different locker room cultures. One team probably emphasizing physical play, one team emphasizing scoring, the other one emphasizing defense. So now they got to figure out a way to combine all 3 of those atmospheres into one team, and let's see exactly how well they do against the Leo Lions, which have always been a powerhouse as far as I've been in high school hockey, dating all the way back to 2012 when I was kind of a fill-in goaltender for the Carroll Chargers.
Yeah, there's certainly that standard of Leo. Sitting here just off our booth, they have just 4 different banners, all from just this decade. But last year they really took a lot of losses here in the past. In the offseason, they lost Carter Bonecutter, 26 goals, 47 points last year. Zach Leedy's not coming back. That's another 40 points. The Robbins brothers left halfway through last year. That's 39 and 26 points. And they're not returning their starting goaltender. Isaac Morrell's taken over the net this year from Summit City. So it's very much a new team, and I think that culture that they have is going to be important here because this one might not be the season that they're used to having.
Of course, the Robbins brothers going off to a team I broadcast as well, the newly formed Fort Wayne Spacemen. You can catch them, by the way, this Friday night against the Metro Jets Hockey Club here at the Sport One Parkview Ice House with me and Kent Horman. But anyway, on a side note, we are getting ready for the Leo Lions and the Fort Wayne Vipers, as it is going to be, looks like McKinnon to the draw. And I got to get used to Leo's new starting line. That is Robinson out there, as they normally start at Bonecutter with the Robbins brothers. So now it is going to be controlled by Grossman in the far wall, as Reisner's there, and that one goes into the Leo bench.
A good line here starting out for the Vipers. It's going to be Reisner, Szymanski, and McKinnon. All 3 players, lots of experience, backed up by Hayden Scott on defense. And that looks like Lehman, I think, potentially. We'll have to double-check the roster on that one. Actually, it's going to be Spencer DeGroot. But all players that have experience, Trevor McKinnon and Austin Reisner, played together on the Panthers for a time, so they already have that chemistry.
Off the draw, 14:40 remaining in the first. It is going to be controlled by, looks like, the Vipers. Reisner trying to gain control, unable to do so. Now it's Scott at the point. Hayden Scott down low, looks like for Szymanski quite possibly. Number 9 for the Vipers is actually Trevor McKinnon. That one banked off the boards, out of the reach of Reisner. Play will be continued as Hayden Scott touches up. Scott now down low. Grossman applying pressure. As now that one's going to be shot off the glass out to the neutral zone and shot back in the zone for the goaltender, Connor McKinnon, one you're very familiar with, playing for Summit City. And now it's going to be played up ice. DeGroot looking for Kohlmeyer, or that might quite possibly be Backstrom. That one stopped there. Now it's going to be controlled along the boards by Hayden Scott. Scott a shot. That one goes wide. And now it's going to be controlled by number 19. That is Sam Backstrom. And we will have our first penalty on the play. And as I mentioned in the pregame, it was a very heavily penalty-filled affair between Homestead and Carroll, and it looks like it's going to start continuing here, especially with the new rule change that's come into effect, where you are no longer allowed to pretty much hit as soon as a player gets rid of the puck.
Yeah, there's just a cross-check there from Backstrom, just a little cross-check in the back. Ref catches that one, and first power play of the game is going to go to Leo.
And, of course, before we continue, actually on the breakaway here, shot saved by the goaltender, McKinnon. He flashed the leather on that one. As I was mentioning, though, of course, today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260Sports. That is 260Sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for all SAC-sanctioned events. And, of course, the high school hockey. Brandon Porter and Joe Hacker up here in the little loft area for your broadcast tonight. And now it's going to be Grossman with possession along the near side. Grossman out to the point. Now back to Grossman. That looks like it might have came from Robbins. A shot there, and that's into the pads of McKinnon. That actually came from Robinson.
Carter Minch getting very physical there with Redman down in front of the net on the penalty kill. That's what he's going to have to do, tie up his stick, make sure there aren't any rebounds that he can get his stick on without having to just fight for it.
Carter Minch was a good player there for, I believe, the Fort Wayne Bruins, as he was part of that roster. That one rolls to the crease, and McKinnon covers the puck.
Yeah, Minch, a former defenseman of the Bruins. This will be his third year, I believe, playing high school hockey. I mean, you ask anyone about Carter Minch, and probably the first thing they're going to say is just physical presence. I mean, he might not be the tallest, but he throws his body around like very few others in the league do. Has a physical presence almost similar to Cody Hurley in that if you're going up against him, you know he's going to be looking to throw some bot on you.
So, that one was knocked down with the high stick, so that was the whistle. The Vipers, despite being their first year in existence, might actually have the most seniors on the roster with 9 players. Being in their final year of eligibility in high school hockey, that one whistled down for a hand pass. And many others right behind them being at junior level with 11th grade. So the Vipers are going to go through dramatic changes already through their first 2 seasons.
Yeah, just one freshman on the team, and I think that's a product of being able to just pick the best players. A lot of them are going to be upperclassmen. That's why you see that heavy imbalance towards seniors and juniors.
So now around to the near side, Stratton with it. Now part of the newly formed Fort Wayne Spacemen. As that one's now played by Coda, now to Stratton. Now to the point. Here's Scholl, a shot. That one goes above the net and wide. Now played by number 67. I believe that is Carter. Dakota Carter. So Stratton with it now. He's bumped off the play there by Scott. Now Hayden Scott with it. He banks it and chips it to himself off the boards. Hayden into the zone. He's pressured there. Now centering feed, but tied up there in front was number 3. That looks like McKinley, and now Leo comes back the other way. Stratton flips into the zone. That one rolls up the stick of McKinnon and into the glove, and he'll hang on.
Well, you mentioned McKinnon. Obviously, a little bit of bias here, but I think you ask just about anybody in Fort Wayne high school hockey, I'd say Connor McKinnon is probably the best goalie, even going back to last year. And another good thing about the Vipers is they have Steven Yeiser as their backup, who's another very good goalie, and he's only a junior, so we'll have him for next year.
Shot from the faceoff goes wide. Looks like it came from Parker Ray. That one goes down the ice, and it'll be waved off as the Vipers are in the middle of a penalty kill. Now to the far side. That was knocked away by number 38. That is Thomas Zemanski. And now here comes the Lions the other way. Looks like Parker Ray with it now. That one's cleared out of the zone. Now it's going to be stopped by the goaltender, Morrell. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. It's going to be taken there by number 9. That is Trevor McKinnon. Great play there. Now to Reasoner. Reasoner dinks, and he can't quite pull the trigger on that one. Those two kind of combined for a few points last year with Summit City. That one rolls out of the zone over the stick of Minch, and now coming into the pressure. Now down the corner, looks like number 14 for Leo. That is Christian Redman. Now it's going to be Reasoner trying to get out of the zone, able to do so. Bumped off by Grossman, but gets it up to McKinnon. McKinnon taken down on the play, no call. So now it's going to be kept alive at the point. Briefly, now it's going to be played by Leo. Looking up ice for number 77. That is Maxwell Schilb. Now it's going to be up ice to McKinnon. Trevor McKinnon into the zone. He'll hit the brakes. He throws it on net. That one goes up and wide. And we will have another penalty. Quite possibly one of those new late hit rules on that one. It looks like Roth is going to go to the box. Landon Roth.
Landon Roth, a second-year player for Leo. We'll see what they're going to call here. Yeah, just on the edge of the frame there on the right side. You kind of see him flying in there a little late. So I'm going to have to agree. I think that's going to be one of the late penalties. And we'll get an early look here at the Vipers penalty that should be lethal.
As I mentioned in the Homestead Carroll game, with a new rule comes with unfamiliarity, as you're now trying to figure out what exactly is now considered illegal and what is going to give you a penalty. Now out to the point, here's Hayden Scott. Scott, shot, save, rebound, and another save by the goaltender Morrell. Now it's going to be controlled in the far corner. Looks like now it's going to be off the glass, not to Hayden Scott at the point. Scott throws it just wide of the net, now to the corner to be played by number 16, Chase Kohlmeyer. Kohlmeyer is knocked down to the ice, and here's Hayden Scott. Scott blocked in front. Now it's loose just outside the crease, and another save by the goaltender Morrell.
Talking about Isaac Morrell really quick, former backup for the Summit City Panthers last year. One of the guys that didn't make the Vipers, but actually did get picked up by Leo. He's not the only one. Leo probably benefited the most from cuts from the Vipers. They got Isaac Morrell as well as Brady Scholl, a defenseman from Northrop, and then another new player for them this year, Desmond Fiedler, a player from the Summit City Panthers, who wasn't on the tryout for the Vipers. He transferred to Leo at some point last year, so now playing for his school here as Leo Lion.
10:06 remaining in the first period. Minute 25 remaining in the first power play for the Vipers. That one, face-off win by the Lions. Now to the corner, P-Ray. Parker Ray gets it up to the point, and that one is going to be knocked down by McKinnon. McKinnon pressured there. Parker Ray will try to get it in the zone, but it's actually going to be knocked down, looks like, by Stratton. Stratton now coming down low. Hayden Scott with it now. Scott now up the far side into the zone. Hayden Scott gets around the fence. Bad angle, trying to center it. Nobody's there. Tied up there was Reasoner. Now it's going to be played along the near side by Reasoner. Reasoner centers it to McKinnon. Shot saved by Morrell. So one thing comes with the split of like Summit City. Players like Reasoner and McKinnon, they should kind of have a feel on the strengths and weaknesses of Morrell, since he was, as you said, a former backup. So seeing him in practice, they kind of should give them a little bit of an advantage as to what he does.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be a lot of familiarity for guys on the Vipers team. Out of all the teams on the Vipers that now make up the Vipers, Summit City leads the way with 7.
Shot there goes wide of the net. The centering feed, and here's a shot from McKinley. That one stopped, and Morrell dives back and covers it up. And it is a whistle. 9:16 remaining in the first period.
Back to what I was saying about the Panthers, 7 of their players are now on the Vipers. That makeup is 5 forwards, 1 defenseman, and obviously the goaltender Connor McKinnon. As you see the replay there of Morrell diving back for that save there to stop Keegan McComb, one of the Summit City Panthers now on the Vipers.
Now a shot, that's from the side of the net, gets stopped, and it's going to be wrapped around to the far corner for number 3. That is Jared McKinley. McKinley centers it to number 7, Kuharski, and can't quite get it home. Here's Minch's shot. That one's blocked in front. Now here's McComb out to the point looking for number 11. That is Christian Brown. Brown has it now. He tries to get it down low. Now to Keegan McComb. Out to the point. Minch has it as he gets it from Kuharski. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Here's McComb. McComb decides to go back to the corner. Ooh, nifty little move there, but couldn't quite get it fully around as that one goes down for an icing.
We briefly talked about Carter Minch a little earlier in the game, and I want to just come back to that because he just took a shot on the power play, and he's got a ripper of a shot as well. You know, I mean, I mentioned physicality is one of his main things, but he's also a very good offensive player. Definitely one that'll shoot the puck on the power play from the top, and he's not afraid to be offensive and skate the puck up.
Off the draw, it is now going to be controlled by, along the boards now, we'll get there, number 5, that is, not quite sure who that is. He's don't quite have a name tag yet. Backhand scores! That coming from number 5, we'll get his name here in a little bit, but he gets the first ever Fort Wayne Vipers goal as it's 1-0 in favor of the Vipers.
I don't want to speak too soon here, but I believe that is Drew Wilson is number 5. If you take a look back at that goal, one of the new players to Fort Wayne, I believe, as you see that goal there. He just gets the rebound and tucks it home. But he and Christian Brown, the only new players to Fort Wayne on this team so far to start the season.
That is Drew Wilson. As now off the boards, it is going to be controlled by Parker Ray, and into the zone is Robinson. Robinson with it now, backhand across the eyes, looking for Redman, but can't complete the pass. And now it's going to be kept alive by Leo. Now to the far corner. It's going to be sent down low for Wilson. Now it's going to be a shot that is through the pads and in. That one, McKinnon had it squeaked through the pads and into the net. And Leo ties it up at 1. Not quite sure who the initial shot came from.
Get a look back at it here. Shot from the point, slap shot, clearly tips in through McKinnon. Squeaks through the 5-hole there. And we're tied right back up.
Get the official call here in a couple seconds. We're tied 1-1 with 7:38 remaining in the first. Here comes Leo into the zone. Grossman with the goal. Here comes Fort Wayne back the other way. Into the zone. Play onside. Brown trying to get in. It's going to be knocked away. Now to the far corner for number 3, Josh Robinson. As Reisner rings it around the boards to the near corner for the Vipers. Now out to the point. Looks like Zemansky with a shot. That's knocked down in front. And a flip pass trying to get it out of the zone as now it's going to be gloved down by Hayden Scott. Avoids a hit there, but gets bumped off there by number, looks like 18, John Spear. Part of the Fort Wayne 416U team. As now it's going to be sent into the zone for number 67, Dakota Carter. Now it looks like Kuharski with it now. Kuharski taking down the play. Had a few brothers play for Dwenger as well. And he's trying to weave his way into the zone. Morrell lays down, covers the puck. Face off inside the Leo zone with 6:30 remaining in the first period. We are tied at 1.
Tyler Grossman scoring that goal for Leo, one of the top returning players for their team. Of the returning players, he is second on their points list. Last season, 5 goals, 10 assists, 15 points. Just one behind Logan Robinson, who is the top returning player with 16 points.
So off the draw is going to be controlled by, looks like Leo's going to get a stick on it, as that's number, it's like 96, Scholl. Not coming in the zone, and that one's going to be knocked away. That one goes down for an icing. McKinley trying to get into the zone. Unable to do so. .6:15 remaining in the first period. We are tied at 1. Face-off inside the Leo zone to the right of the goaltender Morrell. Face-off tied up there, now controlled by the Lions. now is going to be banked off the boards and down the ice. And now it's going to be Minch with possession. He backhands it out of the zone. And there's going to be a penalty called on the play. Interference on Kuharski. So Kuharski goes to the box. Leo gets their, I believe, first opportunity of the night on the power play. Fort Wayne currently 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Now face-off controlled by the Vipers. Actually, I think this is, Leo's second opportunity of the night. Here's Wilson. Shifts it to himself. Now racing down to McComb. McComb, Deeks. Save, rebound, scores! Drew Wilson, a shorthanded goal, and it's 2-1, Vipers.
You won't see it in this replay here, but this one all starts with that chip off the wall there by Hayden Scott. Christian Brown chips it ahead. Actually, Drew Wilson, my bad. Little move there by Keegan McComb, and they finish it off, and they're back up in front.
Off the draw, tied up. Wilson gets it back down low. Now it's going to be into the zone for control by the Vipers. DeGroot with it now, former Dwanger. Here's a shot, save, beautiful save, rebound, trying to, and another one, and it's another save by McKinnon. And a heavy hit there along the corner. Connor McKinnon channeling his inner Martin Brodeur and Dominic Hasek on that one. This now is going to be controlled along the far side by Zemanski. Now down the far side, coming in the zone. Looks like Scholl avoids a hit by DeGroot. Here's Zemanski. Out to the point. Dakota Carter keeps it alive. Now down low. DeGroot with it. Tied up there by Park. DeGroot tries to get out of the zone. Able to do so as it avoids the stick at number 5. Aaron Amick, and we have a penalty coming up to the Vipers. That one flipped down the zone. That one will go for an icing. 4:39 remaining in the first period. It is 2-1 in favor of the Vipers. And now Leo with a 5-on-3 advantage for 39 seconds.
Well, DeGroot heads to the box. We'll take a quick look back at McKinnon right there, making a couple of beautiful saves in desperation. DeGroot can't handle the puck there. Owen Park, I believe that is. No, that's actually Grady Scholl there with a couple of chances. As I mentioned earlier, one of the come-overs from Northrop, as is Owen Park. Forgot to mention him earlier. Another good player that Leo gets to add.
So that one wrapped into the zone. McKinnon tried to leave it for Bushel. Bushel will send it to the far side. 5-on-3 now for Lions. That one shot and cleared out of the zone by Minch. Minch showing off his PK abilities right there, clearing it down the zone. Now coming down to the zone, here comes the Leo Lions. That one knocked away by Minch. And down the ice, racing for the puck is number 9. That is McKinnon. McKinnon deeks, and that one is a save by Morrell. Now 5-on-4. Leo will now have their third chance on the power play. As now is going to be sent down the ice by Bushel. Vipers kind of getting a big standing ovation from their family and friends right now. 3:43 remaining in the first. 1 minute remaining on the man advantage to the Lions. As now it's going to be controlled by Park, it looks like. Gets it down low. Pressured there by, looks like, number 16 of the Vipers. That should be Chase Kohlmeyer. Coming down the zone, here comes Christian Redman. Redman, a shot. That's into the glove of McKinnon, and McKinnon hangs on.
Another McKinnon doing work at the other end of the ice here with Trevor McKinnon getting another opportunity. We'll take a look back at this one. Tries to go across the front of the net here on Morrell. Almost gets him with the backhand, but Morrell makes a save there.
Off the draw, Hayden Scott flips it down the ice, but Knippen manages to block it down. Leo has to touch up off a delayed offsides. Here's Backstrom. Backstrom up ice to Reasoner, but can't connect. But no icing on the flip side as they are still on the on the penalty kill. Here comes the Lions down the zone. Number 77, he loses control to Reasoner. Now it was Maxwell Schilb. Morrell leaving it for Amick, as now that one's sent off the boards and out of the zone. Here's Hayden Scott. Onside play, Scott coming in by himself. Scott shot, scores! And it's another shorthanded goal. And it's 3-1.
We'll get another look at this one. Not sure if that play was onside or not. Very close. Yeah, I mean, that's about as close as it gets. Hayden Scott, though, doesn't matter. He's going to go in, just rip one far side there on Morrell. And you know what? The Vipers started to extend that lead a little bit. Up now 3-1.
As you mentioned, that comes kind of from that familiarity with Hayden Scott being former Summit City Panther as well. Off the draw, tie-up is going to be controlled now. And down in zone by the Leo Lions. Now back to full strength is the Vipers, and now it's going to be played by Roth. Roth coming down the near side, but it's stolen here by the Vipers, and now it is going to be number 3, Jared McKinley, over to Hayden Scott. Hayden Scott looking back up to McKinley. McKinley can't quite control the pass, and now it's going to be played by Josh Robinson. McKinley knocks it away, backhands it over to Wilson, but is wide. And now is going to be played by the Lions over to, looks like Spear, Fiedler, up to Robinson, and there's going to be a tripping call on McKinley. And that one, shot down the ice. McKinnon plays it. So Leo back on the power play. This will be their 4th opportunity already, and they've already given up about 2 shorthanded goals already, so now one's got to wonder what are they going to do to kind of prevent that from happening again.
Yeah, I've been on teams like that before where the power play was just bad. I mean, you just give up. You can't stop giving up shorthanded goals. It almost gets to a point where we're just like, nah, we don't want it. We'll just keep playing 5-on-5. Not to that point yet, but I mean, certainly something to watch for here, how Leo handles this. Especially now down 3-1. Don't want to get down 3 goals.
Coach Yackley kind of getting an explanation. Since McKinnon played the puck before an icing was called, they were initially the faceoff was supposed to be down in the Leo zone due to the icing, but the penalty would brought it outside the blue line. But since McKinnon played it before the icing happened, and now it comes down into the offensive zone for the Lions, if y'all can keep up with that one.
Very complicated how faceoffs work.
So now is going to be played out by Stratton. Stratton loses it to Minch. Minch bangs it off the glass and out of the zone. So Leo, if they do not score, they will be on the power play for the rest of the period with only 1:30 left in the first and 1:39 remaining in the man advantage. Ray gets it down low. But that one's cleared out by Bushel. McComb trying to get to the puck first, but is going to be played now by Maddox Knippen. Now it's going to be played by Knippen once again. Over to Ray. Ray trying to get it up ice, looking for Scholl. Can't get there. And that one's cleared back down and played by Morrell. Leaves it for Ray. Parker Ray looking over to the far side for Knippen. Now looking for Scholl. Now coming to his own, looks like Park. Park with it now. Trying to get a bad angle shot, save, rebound, it's loose, and McKinnon finds it and covers the puck. If I remember right, though, Connor McKinnon started his career under Parker Rutherford, one of the better goalies I've seen from Summit City. So I'm kind of seeing a little bit of a similarity between Parker Rutherford and Connor McKinnon's style of play.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of playing with both of those guys. I mean, just 2 incredible goalies. I mean, each in their own right at their primes, probably one of the best goalies in the state.
So now off the draw, it's going to be controlled by Grossman. Grossman with the Leo goal on the night. Now it's a shot, saved, and that one is going to be controlled by Kohlmeyer. Kohlmeyer sends it down to at least the neutral zone, racing for it. Here is Zemansky on a lone. Deeks scores!
That is just disgusting. I mean, that's something that you just can't let happen. We'll take a look back at that, but wow. I mean, look at the speed, just shooting that gap. Completely burns 3 Leo players. Little backhand move there through the 5-hole. I mean, and Maselli is just a great way to top it off.
And for those a little unfamiliar with the hockey lingo, that was basically translation as a beautiful goal. Shorthanded goal as he got around 3 of the Leo players. 17.6 remaining in the first period. The Vipers off to a stunning 4-1 lead, and 3 of the goals come shorthanded, I believe. So now it's going to be controlled into the zone by the Leo Lions. Banked off the boards for Grossman. Now trying to get him away with it. Here comes the Lions. Robinson gets knocked down on the play. Hayden Scott sends it down the ice. That does it for the first period. The Vipers up 4-1 over the Leo Lions. And they'll take a quick break. We'll be right back here on SummitCitySports.com.
Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete ceiling, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
And so we are back, getting ready for the start of the second period. The Vipers off to a very impressive start. They're up 4-1 over the Leo Lions, as they still have 8 seconds of penalty time to kill off. McKinnon still in net for the Vipers. Morrell still in goal for the Lions. It looks like Vipers going to go with Kohlmeyer, McKinnon, number 24 DeGroot, and Hayden Scott. The Lions will counter with, looks like Grossman, Redman, Robinson. And looks like number 13, that is Knippen, and Parker Ray. So we got the okays from the officials. We are ready. There's the face-off. And now here come the Vipers into the zone already. As now it's going to be Knippen down low. Loses it to Kohlmeyer. Now out to the point. Vipers back to full strength. Hayden Scott nicks it down low. Knippen pressured there by, looks like number 3, Jared McKinley. Grossman trying to get out of zone. Now it's going to be a scrum along the near side, just at the blue line, and that one comes away for the Lions. Here's Redman into the zone. Redman hits the brakes, but DeGroot manages to get a stick on the puck. As now it's going to be played to the near side, looks like for Kohlmeyer. Kohlmeyer flips it up the ice and down for McKinley. Play on side, just barely. Here's Trevor McKinnon in the high slot. McKinley shot, save, rebound, and it's loose. Scores! Trevor McKinnon finds a juicy rebound playing inside the crease. Morrell unfortunately thought he had it. And now it's 5-1 in favor of the Vipers.
A lot of good things happening on that play. First of all, starting, you'll see it in a second here. McKinley with his head up finds Trevor McKinnon in a soft spot, walks to the middle, lets one fly, and McKinley follows it up, crashing the net. Then McKinnon comes in with the second wave. If you're a coach, that's pretty much textbook what you want to see there.
I think at this point, if I was a coaching staff for Leo, I probably would have called a timeout on that one, try to get things under control. But here comes the Dakota Carter for the Lions, and now it's going to be controlled at the blue line by Stratton. Stratton, part of the new Fort Wayne Spacemen. Now it's going to be played just inside of the Viper zone by Keegan McComb. McComb, former Summit City Panther, flips it into the zone. now it's going to be tied up there by Dakota Carter. And actually, he'll lose it to Drew Wilson. Wilson trying to get in. A heavy hit there by Park. Number 95, that is Owen Park. He plays a physical game. And now it's going to be sent across the crease. Now to be played there by Minch. And now it's going to be sent to the near side. Stratton with it now. Good play there by Drew Wilson. McComb gets around a defender. And here comes Kucharski, but there is a penalty as when Kuch went in for the hit, his hand went around Stratton, and when he went down, he pulled Stratton down with him, so that will be a holding call.
Yeah, and Kuch knew it, skating to the box with a little bit of purpose there. A little angry, clearly, but that's a penalty, and it's going to give Leo another chance here on the power play.
But as you said, kind of at this point, when you got 3 shorthanded goals against you and not really producing much offense, you kind of wish to decline the penalty and just take the offensive zone face-off.
Yeah, for real. But that also raises a quick point about the Vipers that they're having a little bit of a discipline problem here early. I mean, lots of penalties here, and we're not even halfway through the second.
Parker Ray, shot save. Good vertical horizontal save by McKinnon. Now it's going to be sent into the zone by Josh Robinson. Now to be played by, looks like number 33. That is Landon Roth. Roth tying up with somebody there along the far boards. And now it's going to be played by Josh Robinson. Robinson throws it down low. That's going to be stopped by the goaltender Connor McKinnon. McKinnon sends it up to Kohlmeyer. Kohlmeyer takes it back to the corner. Pressure there by Roth. Roth hit there by Hayden Scott. That one's bounced off the boards and down the ice. To be played now by the goaltender Morrell. Morrell leaves it for number 13, Knippen, as he was pressured there by number 14, Ian Scott. Oh, and Knippen pulls the brakes on that one, as now it's going to be controlled and sent out of the zone. As now racing for it looks like Zemanski. Zemanski gets it, and he controls it, sends it across, but a good break up there by Knippen. And now Fiedler gets it out of the zone. But Hayden Scott sends it right back in. That one rolls on net. Hayden Scott, that is Reasoner picking up the puck. Josh Robinson has it now for the Lions. That one goes off the boards, down the ice to be played by Minch. 23 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Lions. 11:27 remaining in the second period. Isaac Morrell plays it now. He'll flip it to the far side, as now is going to be played and kept alive by the Vipers. That is Bushel. Bushel, I believe, a former Fort Wayne Bruin, as now is going to be played in the defensive zone and sent down the ice by the Vipers. Coming away with it, looking for Trevor McKinnon. Now it's going to be played here by number 7, Nick Kucharski. Kucharski with it now, takes it to the near corner. Fans on the pass, but gets it right back out to the point. Minch's shot tipped in front, save, rebound is covered by Morrell.
I believe that was Sam Backstrom on the tip there. Great job being in position, having his stick on the ice. Almost results in goal there, sneaking through Morrell's 5-hole.
So faceoff will be to the right of the goaltender Morrell. 10:51 remaining in the second, 5-1 in favor of the Vipers. Faceoff won by McKinnon to Backstrom, out to the point. Now it's going to be Kucharski with the tip, and that one stopped by Morrell, uncovered. Shot coming from Michael Bushel. Kucharski to the draw once again. It's going to be a face-off win there by number 11, Logan Robinson. Now it's going to be up ice, kept alive there by Minch. But that one bounced off and is out of the zone. Redman trying to come away with it, but Kucharski has it for the Vipers. So he tries to send it up to McKinnon. And off a bit of a scrum, here's Bushel into the zone. Bushel pressured now by Grossman and Amick. And that one's out to Minch at the point. Minch throws it into the zone. That one goes just over the net. Possibly Morrell could have got a little bit of it. As now it's going to be sent to the near side. Backstrom trying to get there. Able to do so. He leaves it for Minch. Minch gets it down low to Kucharski. Takes a bit of a bump there by Logan Robinson. And there's a penalty on Kuharski, and it's going to be a hooking call. Or actually, it's going to be a high stick. So, as you mentioned, Joe, despite being a high-scoring team so far, a bit of a discipline problem.
Yeah, but I mean, with the way things, Cooch very mad, of course. But the way things have been going, we're probably going to see another Viper goal here in the next 2 minutes. Doesn't even really seem to phase them, if only it makes them better.
Off the draw, Josh Robinson struggles to control it, and now it's going to be played by Stratton. Pressured there by McComb. McComb pokes away from Scholl. Now it's going to be eventually grabbed by McComb. Stratton keeps it alive for the Lions. As now it's along the near side. Owen Park trying to get it down low. Hayden Scott with it. He'll flip it down the ice, and that one should roll on net. It does. And Morrell plays it to Ray. Parker Ray trying to get it out of zone, but that's knocked down in neutral zone and sent back into the Lions' end. Robinson up to Ray. McComb doing a good job of applying pressure single-handedly. As now is going to be knocked in the zone by Stratton. Knocked away there by number 11, Christian Brown. Here's a chance for the Lions. Deeks, and he misses. Can't quite control the puck on that one. Looks like it was Park. Another chance saved by by McKinnon. And Connor McKinnon hangs on.
Some good chances there for Leo. Almost gets one there, just can't finish it there, getting around McKinnon on that far side. But, opportunities is progress here for Leo. And if you're down 5-1, you just got to be hoping for more opportunities here.
8:54 remaining in the second period. 5-1 in favor of the Vipers. Face-off win there, controlled by Fort Wayne, but it's at the point now for Dakota Carter. Carter sends it down low, blocked in front there. Now it's going to be Bushel, who flips it down the ice, and looks like on net once again for Morrell to play. Morrell sends it to the corner. Aaron Amick sends it back to Carter. Carter trying to get it out of zone, unable to do so. Here's Ian Scott, can't grab it, as now it's going to be played by Logan Robinson. Robinson with it now, getting to get around the defense. McKinley's there, and he'll send it to about the red line before Dakota Carter has it. And now Bushel will send the length in the ice on net once again. So even when they're on the penalty kill, Fort Wayne's still racking up the shots on goal. As now Stratton banks it off the boards, now grabbed by Reasoner. Reasoner sends it down low, and it's going to be controlled full strength for the Vipers. Ray and Kohlmeyer tie up. Reasoner taking down one of the Lions on the play. Here's Reasoner trying to get around the play. Shot from the point by Minch is blocked in front by Parker Ray. Out to the point, Stratton all by himself, but he cannot get it. That one goes for an icing. Bad luck on that one. Stratton could have had a breakaway.
Yeah, definitely. Just bounce unkind there off the wall. But you talk about a lot of shots there on net from the Vipers, getting Morrell plenty of chances to handle the puck. So far, it looks like he's been a little bit indecisive with that. He's got to be careful that doesn't cost him here a goal if he coughs it up to the wrong spot.
Yeah, you hear a lot of the players kind of asking him to cover it up, and he decides to pass it out. Eventually that might burn him, but so far it hasn't. That one shot down the ice. No icing now. Hayden Scott grabs it for the Vipers. He's pressured by number 20, Weston Roth. And now here come the Vipers the other way. Now up ice. Here's Trevor McKinnon. Gets around Ray. McKinnon trying to get around, but a diving play there by Josh Robinson. Breaks it up. And now here's Hayden Scott. Scott out to the point. Here's DeGruder shot save. Rebound. And that one's through the legs. Morrell's down and out. And now it's going to be played by Drew Wilson. That one will be whistled down as Morrell tried to get over into position. Ends up losing an edge and knocks the net off. But Drew Wilson with a big opportunity for the hat trick, but he sends it through the legs and wide. So we remain 5-1, 6:51 remaining in the second period. So off the draw is going to be controlled by Dakota Carter. Carter with it now, going up the near side, looking for Fiedler, now played by Roth. Roth sends it down low, and that's going to be played now by DeGroot. DeGroot off the boards, looking for friendly player, but unable to find it, as now it's going to be played by Knippen. Over to Dakota Carter. Carter sent down, now played by, looks like Weston Roth. He's sent to the ice hard by Hayden Scott. Now it's going to be played by Scott once again. Backstrom looking down the ice for Trevor McKinnon. Tries to avoid a hit there by Weston Roth. Here's Trevor McKinnon. McKinnon takes it behind the net. Out to the point. DeGroot a shot. Tipped in front by Backstrom. That one goes wide. Penalty coming up to the Lions. Knippen going for tripping.
One of the things I like a lot about the Vipers game so far to this point is they're getting a lot of bodies to the net. We'll see it here on the penalty. There's one guy right there. That's Wilson who goes down. Backstrom there with his second tip again. If we have time, we'll go back to that earlier example of that missed opportunity there for Wilson for that hat trick. You see three guys here when this shot comes all in the vicinity of the goal. That's the great stuff there. You're getting bodies, you're getting movement, you're distracting the goalie. Makes it harder for him to see, and you got chances for rebounds.
Face off inside of the Leo zone. Won by Spear. Now it's going to be McKinley. Out to the point for Minch. Minch, shot. That's in the glove of Morrell, and he hangs on.
Early power play, well, not early power play, but a power play here now for the Vipers. An early shot on that one. Would like to see Minch maybe walk that one down a little bit more to get a closer shot.
McKinley with it now, down to McComb. Keegan McComb out to Minch once again. Carter Minch with it. Down low to McKinley. McKinley, shot, blocked in front, save, rebound! And that one's knocked away there by Morrell. Shot coming from Kohlmeyer. McKinley out to the point. Bushel, shot, save, rebound. That's into the glove. And Morrell hangs on. Parker Ray doing what he can to clear the crease a little bit.
Yeah, one of the veteran players on this team who's going to have to step up in a big way this year with all the losses they took. Definitely a physical player as well, you know, and he's going to have to do those things. He's going to have to clear out the front of the net, especially with the number of the bodies that the Vipers are getting in that area.
Face-off won by the Vipers. Bushel sends it down low, looking for McComb, but Parker Ray is there, trying to tie it up, and now Kohlmeyer comes in. Now it's going to be Kohlmeyer with possession. He'll bang it off the boards to McComb. Stick left there by Josh Robinson. That one's sent down the ice. The minute 12 remaining on the main advantage for the Vipers. Kohlmeyer with possession now from a pass from Bushel. Into the zone. Here comes Kohlmeyer. Shot. That one's blocked in front by Ray. Here's Minch. Minch off the boards looking for somebody at the point. Nobody there. And Logan Robinson will send it down the ice. Hayden Scott now has it for the Vipers. Scott with it now, pressured there by Spear. Now it's going to be sent in front. Penalty coming up to the Vipers. It's going to be hooking.
Check out the SummitCitySports.com replay here. Just another situation where it looks like they get tied up. You see Hayden Scott kind of gets his stick up there in the hands of that Leo player, and accordingly, going to sit 2 for hooking.
4-on-4 hockey for 42 seconds, before Leo goes back on the man advantage. 4:40 remaining in the second. The Vipers still maintaining that 5-1 lead. Off the draw now, it's going to be controlled. Here comes Zemansky. Zemansky, we've seen his speed so far. He'll hit the brakes. And now a shot from center ice goes on net. That one coming from number 11, Christian Brown. Amick over to Carter. Here's Brown once again. Over to DeGroot, now to Trevor McKinnon. Here's McKinnon in the zone. That one's knocked away there by Grossman. That's going to be Brown once again. So Zemansky backhands it into his own zone, as that one's going to be knocked away by Grossman. Zemansky sends it down the ice. As Leo returns to full strength, here's Parker Ray. Ray, pressured now by McKinnon. Ray looking at his options, decides to try to go up the ice, knocked away by DeGroot. He'll send it down low off the boards. Now to be grabbed there by Aaron Amick. Now coming down the ice, looking for Stratton, unable to get there. As now it's going to be Ray once again. Now along the near side, it's going to be controlled by Wilson with a chance. That was blocked in front by Ray. Out to the point, look for Brown. Brown a shot, tipped in front by Wilson. He's now sending it down low, looking for Backstrom, but Ray is there. He'll bank it off the glass. That one takes a funny bounce off the boards. Wilson coming in, trying to get a goal right there. Backstrom pressuring Stratton on that one. Backstrom with it now. Dodges a hit from Ray. Owen Park trying to get it up ice for Stratton. That one is kept alive by the Vipers. Now a penalty coming up to the Lions as 2:42 remaining in the second period. The Vipers will get a minute 58 power play as their penalty expires in 2 seconds. So faceoff will be down into the Leo end. That was, it's like Owen Park going to the box.
Yep, another late hit penalty here. Chips the puck in and just finishes his hit. Can't be doing that anymore.
Correction, that is Brady Scholl. Face off, controlled by the Vipers. Here's Minch. Minch's shot. That one's wide. Here's Ian Scott. Tied up there by Josh Robinson, and that one off the boards. Landon Roth trying to get it out. Here's Keegan McComb backhanding it to the slot. Scott's shot saved by Morrell. As now here's McKinley. Out to the point for Minch. Minch looking for a cross point pass, but it's knocked away. And now grabbed by number 33, Roth. Roth bumped off the play there by Minch. And now here comes the Vipers. Now up down the far side, here's McKinley. McKinley hits the brakes for McKeegan McComb. Here's McKinley. That one knocked away and down the ice by number 13, Knippen. Minch with it now, pressured as he gets it down the ice. Minch with it once again. That one will be tipped into the Vipers bench by McComb. Minute 44 remaining in the second period. 1:02 remaining in the power play for the Fort Wayne Vipers. Face-off will be just outside the Viper end. Face-off controlled now by the Vipers, as now Reisner with it. Reisner, poke check there by Scott. Now, Aaron Amick sends it down the rows. Number 66, Leo. That is J-Day Scott. Now, here is Trevor McKinnon. McKinnon into the zone. Leaves it for Reisner. That one's poked away there by Dakota Carter, and he'll backhand it down the ice. Minute 15 remaining in the second. DeGroot looking to get it out of the zone. That's going to be played by Aaron Amick. Here's DeGroot once again. Trying to get it down the ice. Able to do so is inside of the Leo zone. Be played now by J.D. Scott. Trevor McKinnon with it now. He's bumped into the boards. Here's Hayden Scott. Scott shot blocked in front by Scott. Now it's going to be played by Scott. Knocked away from Scott. So now here comes Hayden Scott. Hayden Scott into the zone. Pressure now by Dakota Carter. Hayden Scott behind the net. Taking a look at his options. Pressured now by Roth. Scott trying to get it down low, but tied up there by Amick. Now a shot from the point. That one goes wide, coming from Minch. It's now down low. It's controlled by Wilson. 5 seconds left. Fiedler loses it on his feet. Wilson trying to come away with it. Redman sends it down the ice. That does it for the second period. The Fort Wayne Vipers are up 5-1 over the Leo Lions. And we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back here on SummitCitySports.com.
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com. Request your virtual quote and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne. Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Parkview Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more information. Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. expert staff, long-term athletic development, Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age, any skill level.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
And so we are back at the Sports One Parkview Ice House for Game 2 of the opening night of the 2019-20 campaign here of Fort Wayne High School hockey. The Fort Wayne Vipers currently hold a 5-1 lead over the Leo Lions due to goals from two of them from number 5, Drew Wilson, one from Hayden Scott, a beautiful shorthanded goal from Zemanski, and number 9, Trevor McKinnon, also getting on the board. For Leo, Grossman is the one who found the back of the net as he kind of took one through the legs of Connor McKinnon, and he kind of wished he had back. So that's where we currently sit, 5-1 in favor of the Vipers, and let's see if we can get a few replays here, Joe.
Yeah, we'll start out here with the fourth goal from the Vipers. This, I believe, is the one that Zemanski scored. You see him here just going right through those Leo defenders, pulling a nice little backhand right there through the legs of Morrell. Moving on to the next one, I believe this is the Hayden Scott goal, potentially. It's the 5th goal here. Actually, Trevor McKinnon scored that,
yeah.
I think. Yeah, McKinnon. So you see here that nice pass, and then just following it up with waves of attack there at the net. Just great stuff from the Vipers. And we'll see if we can find that first Leo goal while we have some time here. But like Brandon was saying, just squeaks through the legs of Connor McKinnon. And I mean, it's just one that he would like to have back. A nasty deflection, just threw him for a loop. You see it right there. It might have deflected off of one of his own players. I'm not sure exactly if it tipped off Grossman or if Grossman was the one who shot from the point. But that's just a quick recap of the scoring.
As I said, Fort Wayne up 5-1 in their inaugural season, and they're looking very strong so far. So we'll see if they can continue it here in the third period. We'll be taking another break. We'll be right back here on SummitCitySports.com.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
For every victory, for every highlight, for every team in the Summit Athletic Conference, we've got you covered. Like, follow, and subscribe for all the latest. Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599. Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade. You'll work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defense. December 24th through January the 2nd on Tuesday.
So teams are returning to the ice here as we get ready to start the final 15 minutes of the third period here on SummitCitySports.com. Now, as I said, don't forget, of course, that today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. That is 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group. With over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from, please visit drivekelly.com, where it's simple, transparent, and reliable. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves and trust Kurtz Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. The world is waiting for you to make a difference in a way that only you can. Discover your strengths at Indiana Wesleyan University's residential campus in Marion, Indiana. Visit indwes.edu for more information. Tom Steel Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years, and they will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignment, engine diagnostics, and more. Go to Tom Steel Tire for more information. And before we get away, one more. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions and enjoy the best fish for Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment found only at Big Eyed Fish. So we are getting ready to get things underway. Fort Wayne holding a 5-1 lead over the Leo Lions as we get set for puck drop here on the third period. Tie up on the draw. Here comes Trevor McKinnon into the zone. As he's pressured there by two Lions. Here's McKinnon. McKinnon throws on net. Shot save. Rebound opportunity. He's going to be cleared away. And now it's going to be played, looks like, by Reasoner. Down low. Here's Trevor McKinnon. Shot. That one's off the mask of Morrell and into the safety netting. And I can tell you as a goalie, that does not feel good.
Yeah, especially when it's coming at you as quick as it is when you're in high school. I mean, that catches you in the wrong spot of the helmet. That can cause some serious damage for sure.
And so now we're going to have a bit of a discrepancy as, oh boy, it looks like the scoreboard is malfunctioning. So they're going to look to get the correct time on the board. It looks like it'll be at 14:53. Actually, looks like it's going to be 14:34. So I think that one is what we properly need. Now here's Hayden Scott at the point. Over to DeGroot along to the far side of the point. Backstrom with it now as he's tied up there by Grossman. Here is Drew Wilson. Wilson trying to center it to, looks like Zemansky possibly, but that one's knocked away. Actually, it's Kohlmeyer. And now it's going to be Wilson. Here's Kohlmeyer. Shot. That one stopped in a diving cover for Morrell. With 14:09 remaining in the third period.
Just a quick injury note. Two of what I think are the better players on this Fort Wayne Vipers team, a forward, Austin Ormsby, and a defender, Carter Knoblau, both out with an injury tonight. Certainly would add something to the offensive attack that doesn't really need it tonight, but down in the future, two very strong players for this team.
So off the draw, Jared McKinley has it now, and a heavy hit there in the corner has number 7, Kuharski, down on the play. Now here comes the Lions back into the zone. Stratton taken down on the play by Bushel. Now it's going to be played into the high slot, knocked away there, and here comes a penalty to Fiedler, more than likely. As it's another penalty coming up to the Leo Lions. Fiedler is going to go to the box. We'll see what he gets. Hooking is the call. Face-off will be just outside of the Fort Wayne zone. 13:41 remaining in this third period now. Vipers still up by a 4-goal lead. Off the draw is going to be controlled by Kuharski. Here's Bushel. Bushel over to Minch. Minch coming into the zone. Shot there off the blocker of Morrell. Now it's going to be behind the net. Here's Minch. Now here's McKinley in the low slot. Now here's Bushel. Bushel shot. That one goes wide. Now played by Kuharski. Kuharski sends it down low looking for McKinley. Finds him as he's tied up there by, looks like Scholl. Bushel has it now. He'll bank it off the boards down low. McKinley tied up now as it looks like it's going to come away with Kuharski. Out to Bushel. Bushel shot tipped in front, and that one's cleared away by the defense, but Minch keeps it alive. Now down low to McKinley. Jared McKinley with it now. Out to Bushel at the point. Really trying these point shots. That one shot, safe, scores! Actually, it is tipped through the pads. And it's now a 5-goal lead at 6-1.
Very similar to how we used to run our power play with the Summit City Panthers. Just move the puck to the top, let the offensive defenseman make the plays, and you see here the spacemen all collapse the Vipers all collapse right to the net there. McKinley gets his stick on it, a nice little tip there, and expands the lead on the power play. 6-1 now.
Yeah, I had to face your power plays a couple times when I was in net for Carroll, and it was a little bit of a challenge. But now, here we go. 12:44 remaining in the third. 6-1 Vipers. Now it's going to be flung to the near boards to be played by McKinley. Down low to, looks like Zemansky centers it, but that one's knocked away. Here is Zemansky once again. Down to McKinnon. McKinnon looking for Hayden Scott at the point. Scott back to McKinnon. McKinnon trying to center it, but unable to do so. Here's Trevor McKinnon once again. Centers it, but that one's knocked away there by the play of Roth. Trevor McKinnon still with it to DeGroot. DeGroot with it now. Sends it over to Reisner. Austin Reisner tied up there. As now it's going to be played along the near boards, and looks like Reisner's going to come away with it. Reisner with it now, as it's still tied up into the corner for Zemansky. Back to Reisner. Now looking for Zemansky once again, as now it's going to be tied up along the corner. Now working behind the net. Good battle there. And finally, we might have someone coming away with it here, but it's going to get tied up once again. There's McKinnon, shot, save, rebound for McKinnon, shot, scores! And it's now 7-1. And now with a 6-goal lead, if I remember, I could be 5 if I remember. My memory's a little faulty. We should have running clock.
Yeah, I believe it's 5 is when they'll start running the clock, so it should be smooth sailing the rest of the way here. Take a look at this, goal again. Finally someone wins the battle. McKinnon comes out with it, shoots, follows it up to the net and buries home his own rebound. The Vipers doing all the little things right.
So off the draw, Christian Brown with it now. He'll flip it into the zone. So we'll know next stoppage of play as long as there's not a penalty, injury, or goal if it's running clock. Minch with it now. He'll send it up ice looking for Backstrom. That one unable to be controlled by Ray or Backstrom, as now Parker Ray has it along the corner. Pressured by Backstrom. Drew Wilson with it as he tries to send it to Kohlmeyer. Shot save, rebound, and Backstrom with it along the far side, but he can't quite get a handle on it. Backstrom down low. Looking for Wilson, out to the point for Brown. Brown over to Minch. Minch's shot, save, and Morrell will hang on, and looks like it is indeed running clock. So for the newcomers to high school hockey, it's kind of a bit of a rule when a team's up by five goals, I believe, they'll run the clock unless it is a goal, penalty, or injury on the play.
Yeah, just hockey's own little form of a mercy rule here. And not to hate on some of the Leo and Carroll, but I think we'll be seeing a good amount of that this season here in Fort Wayne. Just because those other Homestead and the Vipers are so good, not saying that Carroll and Leo are bad.
I think it's more or less the Vipers and the Spartans have more of a veteran, seasoned approach. And here comes Wilson in the zone. He tries to get around the defense, as now he's going to be controlled along the far side, or excuse me, near boards, and a bit of a dodged hit there. Here comes Grossman. Grossman into the zone. He'll flip it wide of McKinnon. Here's Minch. Minch. With it, here's Kohlmeyer. Kohlmeyer with it now. He'll bank it off the boards, trying to get it out of the zone, and it's to neutral ice. Now coming down the zone, here is Kohlmeyer, as now is going to be along the near boards, off of the boards and out, as now Stratton has it. Stratton, now it's going to be played by Bushel. Bushel sends it down the ice looking for Ian Scott. As now coming away with it is Scott, but it's going to be played to Keegan McComb. McComb centers it to Scott, but a good tie up there by Fiedler. And then a heavy hit there on Kuharski. Because now it's going to be played by... So Kuharski trying to get it once again. Pressured there by Fiedler, and here's McComb. Scott with it now, and Kuharski it's taken down on the play. And we have a whistle on the play. Kuharski looking for a penalty on that one, and I'm not quite sure why there was one either. Why there wasn't one.
We'll take a look back at the replay of where he fell there. Looks like he might have sold this one a little bit, trying to get a penalty, which that's something that he is known to do. I've seen him do it a couple of times in just this game. You kind of see it there at the top of your screen, just a little bit out of the frame. He did take a slight bump there from Fiedler, but didn't look like anything near as serious as he made it out to be.
So off the draw is going to be now played by DeGroot. DeGroot with it now, coming up the far side, and he'll fling it around the boards with 7:57 remaining in the third period. Now it's going to be out to the point. Bushel sends it down low. That one's blocked in front by Ray. Wilson trying to grab it, but Parker Ray with it now, as that's going to be rung around the glass. And now to the point for McKinley. Wilson to DeGroot. DeGroot centers it, but that's knocked away, and a good defensive play there by Dakota Carter. McKinley down low. Looking for DeGroot, but it's going to be played now by Ray. Tie up along behind the net. Wilson, Ray, and DeGroot in there. As now it's going to be played to the near side. As you can tell, a little bit of the line defensemen are starting to get a little exhausted out there. As now it's going to be down low for Dakota Carter. Wilson with it. Wilson trying to center it, but unable to do so. As now it's going to be Bushel keeping it alive for the Vipers. Carter sends it out to the near boards, but kept alive once again by Bushel. Shot in front, save, rebound is loose, shot and another save. Here's Bushel a chance and another save.
Morrell's just got to be able to smother that rebound there. Can't be giving a dangerous offensive team like the Vipers second chances on pucks right out in front of your net.
So Morrell with a flurry of saves on that one, as it is now 6:22, give or take, remaining in the third period. As again, we are still under the running clock. That one banked off the glass and down to the zone. Here come the Lions into the zone. That one bumped off the play. Now Reasoner with it. Austin Reasoner now around the boards. That one tried to get into the zone. Here's Hayden Scott. Scott loses his stick on that one. That one went airborne, and here's Reasoner. Shot. That one goes above the net and wide. Now it's going to be played by Morrell to Robinson. Robinson hits the brakes, leads it up to Weston Roth. Now it's going to be played now by, looks like, the Lions, Hayden Scott. Or excuse me, that is the Vipers, Hayden Scott. A tie up there. And now we finally have someone touch it. Here is a tie up along the boards. Looks like Roth and Kohlmeyer. Kohlmeyer tries to stuff it short side, and that one will be covered by Morrell. Face off inside the Lion zone.
Getting back to what we were talking about a few minutes ago about the veteran presence that the Vipers and Homestead have compared to Leo and Carroll. The Vipers have just 3 players that are either a freshman or a sophomore on their roster, which just goes to show these guys have experience, they're battle-tested. A lot of these guys that came from the Panthers were on the state championship team 2 years ago, so they know how to play in close games, they know how to win games. And Homestead is a similar thing. Like DJ was telling me in the pregame interview, they might not be on that level of having that many upperclassmen, but they have some young guys that have had experience. They played in a lot of big games last year. Guys like Zach Juarez, who are only sophomores or juniors, but have nonetheless been playing in important games like the city championship and big games in state.
So coming off the draw, it is now going to be played by Parker Ray. Ray with it now. As he comes down the far side. Ray into the zone. He's bumped off there by McKinnon. That one's off the glass, out to the point, but a good keep there by Knippen, but it's now controlled by Logan Robinson. As now is going to be a shot from the point, blocked by Ian Scott. Scott trying to get around the defense, but Grossman does a good job blocking his way. And now that one's going to roll for Kuharski to get a play from Connor McKinnon. That one's in the feet of Scott. And now it's going to be over to number 6 of the Lion, or excuse me, number 5, that is Aaron Amick. Minch up ice to Wilson. Wilson to Backstrom. Backstrom with it now. Now to Minch. Minch along the far side, now controlled by the Lions, and it's going to be in the neutral zone by Bushel. Bushel to McComb. Keegan McComb flips it. That one's knocked down in front. Here come the Lions. Shot saved. Rebound opportunity is knocked away by McComb. Shot coming from Stratton. Now here come the Vipers back the other way. Here's Backstrom into the zone. 4-on-3 opportunity. That shot is wide. Minch with a centering feed, and that one is knocked down and covered. And looks like we'll be under the 3-minute mark by the time the faceoff drops. And the Vipers are up 7-1.
Connor McKinnon hasn't seen a ton of action in this third period. Definitely got woken up a little bit there by that last shot there. That turnover coming out of the zone and shot right back at him with just a clean look at it. Makes a nice save.
And I have experience when it comes to teams kind of with an offensive smothering that the Vipers have. When I played for Carroll, very rare did I see very many shots. So that's something you got to really do to keep your focus, is make sure pretty much every shot is like a high-scoring opportunity, even if it's not. So now here comes, looks like Bushel shot, tipped in front, but that is knocked away. As now here is Bushel. That one is sent down low. And Bushel once again sends it right back down low with 2:15 remaining in the third. 7-1 Vipers. Wilson with it now, coming away with it. Wilson centers it. Saved by Morrell off a centering feed. Wilson tried to get a third goal. As now Fiedler sends it out to the point, but good keep there by Bushel as he had it on the line, but the determining edge, it was not over, so play onside. So now it is going to be, here come the Vipers. Kohlmeyer coming in the high slot. Kohlmeyer pressured by Ray, and a good defensive play there coming off the bench by Parker Ray. Kohlmeyer with it once again, out to the point. Throws it kind of down low. That's into a bunch of feet, and that one is to the corner. As now is going to be down the ice. That one will go for an icing. Extracurriculars on the play between Bushel and Roth.
Yeah, skating down the ice there to force that ice. Bushel kind of just a little lackadaisical there. Roth really skating hard. Gave Bushel a little bump. You see there, he didn't like it. Gave him some pushes back and just took him right down. And not something you usually see in a 7-1 game with a minute 14 left. But hopefully the boys can settle down here and that doesn't carry over here and we can just finish this one up.
So looks like Bushel will be the only one going to the box. As the face-off will be just outside of the Leo zone, as it was due to an icing. So normally that would have been all the way down, but since a penalty was called by the Vipers, it'll bring the play just outside of the Leo defensive end. 1:14 remaining in the third period, 7-1 in favor of the Vipers. Off the draw is going to be controlled by the Lions, and now it's going to be grabbed by Minch. Minch backhands it out of the zone to the neutral zone. Dakota Carter rings it around the boards. Final minute remaining in this third period. Aiden Scott takes a bump, and that one's out to the point. Here's Carter, a shot blocked in front, and that one's cleared away by Christian Brown. 43 seconds remaining in the penalty. There's a heavy collision there between Minch. It looks like number 95 of the Leo Lions out of his own park. And here comes the Vipers. Kohlmeyer into the zone. He'll throw it. That one's a save. He'll hang on. 25 remaining on the clock. We'll probably get about one more face-off into this before the final buzzer will sound, as it is now down to about the 15-second mark.
A little bit of a suicide pass there that led to that big hit up in the open ice, and the clock is probably just going to run down on this one. And the Vipers will take their third win of the season, 7-1.
So the Vipers will get their first ever win here in the Fort Wayne High School Hockey Association by a score of 7-1 over the Leo Lions. And as I said, we might quite possibly see a power shift here, as it's normally been Carroll and Leo leading the way, but as I said, now it might eventually fall to Homestead and the Vipers.
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help